Hi guys, this video is going to be for my Sun, Moon, Rising Libras for what you guys can expect in the month of August. We're going to be talking about things you could potentially manifest, be feeling, potentially experience. So I'm going to update these transits as we get to them weekly. So what you guys are looking at currently is the energy you guys can expect to be feeling walking into the month of August. I don't know if you guys hear my smile while I'm recording this for us because I am a rising Libra, but man, do I feel like we've been getting hit with heavy hitters from every fucking angle. Tell me I'm wrong. The last 2 weeks, I feel like, where are we at right now when I record this? I don't know. Oh, August 4th. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely been the last 2 weeks, and I know several other rising Libras, and I feel like it's just been random arguments or just random bullshit out of nowhere. And it's been very uncomfortable, to say the least. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're making it. We're doing good. Stay strong, okay? So let's get to it. August 2nd. August 2nd, we have Venus and Leo. In your 11th house, squaring Uranus and Taurus in your 8th house. So no matter what, I don't care what zodiac signs Venus or Uranus are in, when they're both squaring each other, I'm telling you right now, it's either having to pay more money than you expected, or spending more money than you really should. So it's some type of unexpected invoice, a bill, or it's basically a loss in money, whether it's from you doing it, spending money on yourself, spending money on friends, on the internet, online shopping, because I do think of that as well. It doesn't matter. There's a loss in money, okay? And for another way it can manifest is an argument in a relationship, arguing with people you guys are intimate with, okay? Because Venus is in Leo in your 11th house, so it's squaring Uranus and Taurus in your 8th house. 8th house talks about sex, people we're intimate with. So there's something, where's Aquarius? Oh, it's in your 5th house. Okay, that makes sense. And Venus is the ruler of Taurus. So there would be some type of argument around either about you guys or, the person you guys are dating, how they express themselves, I want to say. The reason I'm saying this is because Venus being in your 11th house gives me the energy of Venus and Aquarius vibes. And it's very smart, it's analytical, but it's in Leo. So it's expressing itself very passionately and the way it wants to. It's got I want to say this in the nice way without people misunderstanding me. I don't think all Leos are selfish. I really don't. I do not. I know actually a few, okay, I said that bad. That was not good. I know it is what it is. I know a few very caregiving, I can't even say this right, I'm sorry. I know a lot of Leos out there we go, that are very giving, sweet, and not selfish. Ooh. And but I don't feel like this is that with Venus being in Leo. I don't think this is giving to people, overly giving. I see this as more of spending money on yourself, the things you guys want to do, spending money on having fun. That's what I see. Who doesn't want to have fun during Leo season? It's the summer, for crying out loud. Everybody does. But in which house placement are you spending this money, So yeah, I think you guys may be going overboard because any fire sign that you guys will experience with Venus, it goes overboard. It's just who we are as people. We can't help ourselves. When we feel some kind of way, we feel some kind of way. We're passionate. So yeah, I do think there could be something unexpected happening when it comes to how you guys make your money. The people you're making your money from, There would be some type of disruption with this as well. And there would be secrets around this. There would be just some type of like Scorpio type of energy going on. And, you know, it's either going to manifest as privacy or secrecy, but there's something going on here. And I feel like it would be more of like, you guys may, So I think this is like a rising Libra problem in general. Like, I feel like rising Libras are not taken seriously because they're so sweet. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Like, and then it's like we have to act all Aries on people because Aries rules our 7th house, which, yeah, it's talking about committed relationships, but it's also like, it's also our energy too, right? Internally. Like, once you get to know us and you stay a little bit longer, you're going to meet our Aries side, which exists within us. So I think because when people see us shining, because the sun and Venus being in our 11th house, we're going to be much more visible during this time. There would be an increase in feeling confident, wanting to have fun, wanting to go out with friends, and you guys would be seen. You guys would be changing the way you appear on stage with how you guys express yourself. How you guys express yourself may be a little bit different during this time, or you guys are expressing yourselves, like your internal world is becoming external, I feel like. So since Uranus is a ruler of Aquarius and it's currently in your 8th house, you guys may not always express like quote unquote your weirdness. Like, you know, Britney Spears, like when she, and I'm not talking about like the things that are concerning when she acts weird. Like, I don't mean that. And I fucking love that girl. I'll always love her. But what I mean is when she has done things over the years with like her facial expressions or like her voice, it goes up and down, or like she'll try to be funny, but it's like, it's a little weird. That's her 5th house in Aquarius. And especially more so because she's got, I'm almost positive her moon is in Aquarius. So my point is this, is that you guys are like, yeah, you're transforming like how you're seen, and it's definitely public, but at the same time, people will want to dominate you, okay? People will want to dominate you because there may be something about this where like it concerns making money. So there may be secrets going on behind your back in order to like, I feel like manipulate you guys, okay? And if it's not about money, then I feel like, yeah, this could be the same like thing when it comes to love and romance. You guys may be extremely visible right now on the internet or with your group of friends, social networking, whatever. And it's like people you're intimate with, it's like they would be potentially behind your back, I feel like trying to control you guys. That's what I'm picking up here. Or this could be you guys trying to do this. Where's Mars? Mars is the original ruler of Scorpio, and this is in your 9th house in Gemini. And where's Mercury? It's in the 12th house. Secrets. Yeah, I think that's possible, definitely. Okay, let's move on. Spent way too much time on that one. August 4th, Venus enters Virgo. So Venus leaves your 11th house and is entering your 12th house. All right. So I feel like as much as Venus being in the 12th house can take on it could potentially take on a spiritual energy for you guys going within. And the reason I'm saying this is because it gives me Venus and Pisces vibes, because traditionally the 12th house belongs to Pisces, right? But it's in Virgo. So there's something here like a focus, a concentration on money, on work, how you guys make your money, possibly traveling for work as well. It would be somewhere that is not close to your home. Yeah, especially with 4th house in Capricorn and Ceres, which talks about healing, being in retrograde. And you guys are trying to heal something in your 6th house right now when it comes to work and your everyday regimen and trying to make a dream come true. That's what I think of. You guys are trying to follow your intuition on something in order to make a dream a reality for yourselves. And you guys are learning how to expand upon this. I'm getting traveling for you guys because Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, and it's in your 9th house in Gemini. So there's something either about traveling or learning. And you guys would be trying to learn about, like, I feel like freeing yourselves is what I'm getting. But information and knowledge nonetheless, in order to, and you guys would be communicating. You would be learning through talking, okay? You would be learning through taking action, driving, going places that are, I want to say, it's like, yeah, this energy could take on, like, learning information from people you know. Okay, yeah, I will say that. So getting back to my original point, I'm sorry, I derailed. Venus being in Virgo in the 12th house, this gives me the energy of some type of disruption with money and getting money. So it may come and go, just like Pisces energy. It's there 1 minute, gone the next. Where to go? We don't know. Especially because that same day on August 4th, Mercury goes retrograde in Virgo. So there's like a redo. There's like redoing something about the past, going back to a past situation or conversation, and it involves money or a relationship. And it would happen randomly. And I am getting more about like money, how you make your money. I'm getting money from other people. And there being some type of interruption with this because Venus rules Taurus, which is happening in your 8th house. And where's Libra? Your 1st house. So there's a south node. There's the south node, I'm sorry, the past. So when I see the south node in the 1st house, it's like, not that it's karma, but you're having a tougher time being Libra, coming off as Libra. And this is because the north node is in Aries. You're kind of done with the random bullshit, I feel like, that has been happening to you behind your back. The things that have been happening with money, the things that have been happening, that have been changing with the things you guys value. Because whatever these things are, it's very deep to you and it's very intimate and it's very like you saw this as forever. That's what I think of with Taurus energy being in the 8th house. It's like you are investing into things and you don't want to let go to the things you've invested in. That's Taurus energy. Ooh, did you see that glitch? So anyway, let's move on. So what else? Where's Libra? Oh, your 1st house. So there will be a focus on you guys and your business relationships, your business partnerships. But again, how do you guys do relationships? When Venus is in the 12th house, I think of something going missing. I think of hidden affairs. I think of being a secret or being somebody or somebody else's a secret in an intimate relationship. 8th house and 12th house energy, these are secretive houses. So, or private houses, however you want to phrase it. I don't care. But you guys are being encouraged to, I feel like, be seen and be public. Like go public with something because it connects to Chiron. You guys have this wound when it comes to relationships. And it's either, I think the wound, which would make more sense to me, is probably being with selfish people or people who aren't Libra energy, right? That's like the karma of being a rising Libra, is dealing with people that you attract into your life who are unbelievably stubborn and selfish, and they're argumentative. So, and obviously there's a lot of positive things to these people too, right? The reason I'm talking about the negative things is you're being asked to learn how to not be such a people pleaser when it comes to relationships. You're being asked to be more selfish when it comes to the things you guys want in a relationship due to your past experiences. So I don't want anybody misunderstanding what I just said. You can't be selfish in a relationship and like achieve there. You won't. Or like you may think you do, but really like the shit that's probably going on behind your back, you probably don't want to know about. Because that would be the karma if you're just constantly taking from someone and you're never giving back. That's not what a relationship is about. That is not, especially what a committed relationship is about. So you guys are driven, while the North Node is in Aries in your 7th house, to take action and follow your intuition based on what it is you actually want. Because Aries energy, how it manifests is literally like not allowing fate to control their destiny, but by taking action on the things they want in their life. Mars. So there's something here because Mercury rules Gemini and it rules Virgo, where you guys are like learning something at this time in order to, it's definitely learning about yourselves, but through other people is what I want to say. And having some type of epiphany about this regarding possibly how you communicate or how you don't communicate, and being super critical and analytical of yourself during this time. But also, I want to say people at work. Yeah, with that 6th house in Pisces, with Saturn being here and Neptune being in retrograde, I think you guys would be more, and since there's a stellium going on in your 12th house, I don't care what zodiac sign it is, there's something psychic and intuitive going on. The rest just depends on how like your personal planets are talking to one another. So anyway, I think you guys will know, like on an intuitive level, like whether you're getting clairaudient messages or not, who to trust and who not to trust. Like who is safe, who is a safe space at work and who's not. I just see this as also like potentially having conversations with yourself and trying to think back to soulmate energy, like past relationships, what worked for you, what didn't work for you, and why, and just trying to cross your T's and dot your I's when it comes to this. So this way you can actually manifest this and create this, because Virgo traditionally rules this 6th house, but you guys have it in Pisces in a very dream-like energy. So what would be healing for you guys at this time for your mind and your thoughts? I feel like it involves creating some type of plan that talks about an old idea you guys have had, and taking action on this. Like creating something that is, I want to say with Saturn, like just something that can become like very stable, and like dedicating time to this. What else? I think of private conversations with somebody you guys are intimate with. Could be from work. Okay, we'll just leave it there. I think also with this, you want to make something a reality when it does come to work, because Saturn is in the 6th house. So I think for some of you, yeah, it's going to be your health, like taking it more seriously. That's also what I think of Saturn in the 6th house, taking it seriously, your everyday regimen. What time are you guys waking up? Are you making the best of your life and your world? Are you treating your body right? Because when Saturn enters that 6th house, it's like there could be random issues, and then all of a sudden, it's like, I swear to you guys, I can't make this up. You go to the doctor and it's like, you're fine. And it's like something with Pisces energy, no matter what placements you have, something just gets lost. Something is not visible. I swear, I can't make this up. So I do think There would be conversations regarding possibly your health. And like trying to bring something maybe you guys are feeling internally out to the surface, and you're having difficulty with this. Okay. What else? Mercury goes retrograde. And, oh, I already said that, sorry. There's a new moon in Leo on the same day, August 4th. So in your 11th house, how do I think this is going to unfold? What do I think will like happen for you guys? I feel like your emotions will be connected very much with friends during this time, or expressing yourself to friends, being seen through friends. So with the 11th house, I also think of your deepest dreams and desires. So I think since you guys have a stellium going on in the dream house, and it's in Virgo, and Virgo energy can be very like super critical and judgmental, because it means well, but it's a fixer energy. It's a healer energy. It's trying to fix you, to improve you, so your life can be better, so therefore you feel better. That's really the objective of Virgo energy, and nobody gets it. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. Most people don't get it. But it's going on in your mind, Virgo energy, which means like for, no, never mind, I don't want to go there. Just, it's a very, you guys have Virgo in the 12th house traditionally. So this is the mercurial energy, which means you're always overthinking. You're always critical and judgmental of yourself. It's like the rising Libra, I feel like, is the pretty girl that doesn't realize she's pretty, because most people want to treat her like she's ugly, you know? I don't know if you guys resonate with that. And I know obviously that's a small percentage, because most people do treat us very nicely as rising Libras, but there's some bullshit that goes along with this. So I think with the new moon, you guys will be very much attached to going out and being social and wanting to just act like yourselves. I really just see expression unfolding here, and being confident with it, because I see the sun. You guys may want to randomly go out, because I'm thinking of Aquarius energy, I'm thinking of Uranus. So something new would be unfolding in regards to your internal world. And wanting to like go out and just have some fun. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Also, I feel like with new moon in Leo, your emotions would be attached to being seen. Are you being appreciated? Are you being valued for the things you do? I don't know. With fifth house activities, in romance, with your self-expression, like are people complimenting you? And even then, it's like, then this would be highlighted, like, do you really need people's permission to be yourself? You know what I mean? Like, are you looking for that validation to be like, in order to allow you to be yourself? Is that what you need? All right. August 7th, Sun in Leo in your 11th house is sextiling Jupiter and Gemini in your 9th house. So a sextile is an energy that you have to put work into. You have to put energy into in order for it to manifest. I do see this as a super confident energy. I see this as a leadership energy. I see this as a happy energy, a happy-go-lucky energy. Wanting to, I could see traveling with your group of friends for this one, or just express something you know and put it out there on the internet, because Jupiter in Gemini has a habit of expressing itself, like its wisdom, in a teacher type of way. It doesn't mean to do this. It's just, it's Jupiter at the end of the day. And Jupiter can be looked at as the teacher. And because it's in a teacher energy, which is Gemini, and let alone it's in the 9th house, which is where traditionally Jupiter belongs, in Sagittarius, and you guys have Sagittarius in the 3rd house, which speaks of communication and teaching and learning, and your local group, your community that you grew up with, cousins, siblings, aunts, uncles. There would be something here you'd want to express publicly and be seen for, and have fun with. It's like you'd want to be validated, I feel like, for information or knowledge you know or have, something like that. You guys literally may be seen during this time for teaching on the internet and getting just validated. Yeah. Okay. That same day, Mercury in Virgo in your 11th house is conjunct Venus in Virgo in your 11th house. So I see this as a super like peaceful, harmonious energy. It's like your thoughts would be on romance, your thoughts, or it could be money. But usually when Mercury is conjunct Venus, it's like the way you speak is like in a harmonious voice. It's an attractive voice. It makes people attracted to you, right? Because there's something going on in your mind, and it kind of manifests externally as well, where like it doesn't even necessarily mean you're a happy person when you have this going on in your chart. It just means that like your thoughts would be about like resolutions with people instead of arguments, okay? You want Libra energy. You want to balance the scales. You want things to be fair and peaceful with other people. That's what I think of when Mercury and Venus are conjunct. And of course it depends if there's other planets involved in this, but the fact that these two are in Virgo, this is telling me that your mind and your thoughts, and the fact that it's in retrograde, are about a topic that you're revisiting. It's something about the past, and it involves either your money or romance. And it's something I feel like you guys are keeping to yourselves. I think it's something you guys are being private about. If you guys are expressing any of this, it would be to your friends, people you know, people you feel, comfy with. Yeah, I was just looking. Venus rules Libra and Taurus, and this is in your 1st and 8th house. So yeah, I do think that you guys may express this randomly based off of your feelings, and it would come through your throat chakra, Taurus. Yeah, I do think that there is a potential that like your thoughts may get the best of you, and then you may end up just like selling yourself out, or like spilling secrets, or just talking about something that you would normally want to keep private or to yourself. Yeah, I'll leave that there. Okay, so August 9th, Juno enters Libra. I want to say Nacho Libre for some reason. I keep wanting to say that. Juno is in your 1st house. So this is soulmate energy, and it's in Libra. Again, this traditionally belongs to that 7th house, which talks about committed relationships, partnerships. What would best serve your soul at this time when it comes to soulmates? It would be something that, again, is balanced, something that not only you give in, but you also receive, okay? You need to be open to receive when it comes to this energy. And I believe with the North Node being in Aries, you guys would be more than open during this time to receive, because you're learning about Aries energy. You're learning about the things through communicating what it is you guys want and what you don't want. I do believe that, definitely. There's something about communication and being guided through this based off of like wisdom, Sagittarius energy. So Mars, thanks, Oceana. Like, I can't make this shit up. How did you do that? All right, Mars conjunct Jupiter and Gemini in your 9th house. So this gives me Sagittarius and Aries vibes, okay? When Aries and Sagittarius link up together, there is a very fun energy that goes on between the two. It's also troublemaker energy. It's like you can get yourself into trouble if you go too big with this, because Mars, you know, it's like they're both gaslighting each other, I feel like, because Mars is a very loyal energy. And it gives this energy to other people, like to drive them to take action. That's what Mars does. And it's going to either be in a good way or a bad way. But we all need a little bit of Mars or Aries energy in our life, okay? Just like for you guys, I feel like Aries energy, due to Aries energy, you guys are being driven to heal your relationships, right? So like I said, it can, like, the Mars energy either manifests in a way, it always manifests, like, usually in a positive way based off either a bad experience or a good experience, because it encourages us, it lights like a fire under our ass to get us to move. So Mars energy is motivating Jupiter to do things, to learn, to take action in a Gemini way. Meanwhile, Jupiter's like gaslighting Mars with its confidence. Like, these are both very confident, loud energies, and they're both passionate. They're both fiery. They both have manifestation written all over it, because Mars is able to manifest through taking action, whereas Jupiter, it just attracts these things by, like, through law of attraction and like putting it out there and like visualizing it, I want to say. By believing in something bigger than themselves, it's like they're able to attract these things. And because it's happening in the 9th house, which traditionally belongs to Sagittarius energy, Jupiter, I feel like you guys would have, oh wait, I need to listen up to this. Hold on one second. Hold on, let me listen. What do I have to say? So there's a few ways this can manifest besides, like I just said, having fun, getting yourselves into trouble, being super confident. I feel like you would be super confident with the knowledge, information you guys have, and wanting to like take action based off of what you guys know. You guys may want to, because Mercury rules Gemini and Oceana, get out of here. Because Mercury rules Virgo and it's happening in your 12th house in retrograde, I do think there's something here where this transit connects to your thoughts about the past and possibly traveling to a place that you've already been to before, or maybe it's meeting up with people you work with in far distance places, or like for work, or it's got intimacy written all over it as well, because Mars is sex. And I feel like Jupiter is, this is Zeus. This is a very sexual energy as well. I feel like nobody really talks about that either in astrology. I don't know why. This being in Gemini in the 9th house, and because Venus is in the 12th house, I feel like you guys may be traveling somewhere with your friends. Maybe you guys meet like your future husband during this time. And it's very like healing. This person could be a healer. That's something I'm seeing too. But with Jupiter conjunct Mars, there's a positive thing where, like, if you guys are arguing with anybody, because Mars and Gemini could be cutthroat energy, Jupiter conjunct Mars gives you the ability to like conquer your enemies. And I feel like this is because Mars being in Gemini is immutable energy. So therefore, it's like whatever arguments are said, you guys would be open to like trying to fix them or see everybody's side to the argument in order to come to a resolution. And with Jupiter being in Gemini, there would be some type of intuitive knowledge about this, knowing that you need to learn more about the argument because maybe there was just a misunderstanding, or maybe you know, it's better if you have this person as your friend than an enemy. So when I say this, I don't mean like gaining a frenemy. I don't mean that at all. I literally mean like you're no longer enemies with somebody and they become a friend. Also, if you do begin dating somebody during this time, this does have the potential to turn into like marrying the enemy. So I think that's something to think about as well. If you guys see something where you feel like it's a red flag or a little bit sketch, you may want to go with that. And I feel like you would be able to feel this intuitively because Neptune's in retrograde during this time. I see you. What else? August 14th, that same day, Mercury in retrograde in Leo. Oh, Mercury is entering Leo. I'm sorry. In your 11th house. I'm getting traveling. We're talking about traveling with friends because it's 11th house energy. I feel like it would be private, like a private conversation would be going on. The reason I'm getting privacy, again, despite the fact that Mercury is no longer in your 12th house, it's in your 11th house now. So it's because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, and this traditionally belongs to your 11th house, like to the 11th house in general. So since Uranus is in your 8th house, this is like a hidden house, and it's in Taurus, which is talking about like hidden, could be either like your wallet, money situations, or just the things you guys value. Or it's literally like there is this hidden disruption that maybe you guys are vocalizing, or just vocalizing about your friends. I think that's also plausible too, and it would be in private, in secret. You guys could be conversating. Hold on. Mercury rules Gemini. Virgo. Sorry. You guys could be conversating with people you guys are intimate with about like spending money on traveling, and this would include another person that you guys are intimate with, okay? With Pluto being in your 5th house in Aquarius, I feel like this is connected here. But again, it's like something is a secret, or something is going on behind your back with your group of friends vocally, but it connects to your love life. It's either you guys or your group of friends. There's some type of tower moment, which is creating this Palestinian, some type of strategy when it comes to the things you guys value. For some of you, it's talking about your money, how you make your money, wanting to make your money in a way that is something that you feel deeply about. Or it's just like you may be very attached to money. Like your identity may be very attached to this. So there is some type of strategy here when it comes to how you feel about yourself and what you want to fix when it comes to your money situation. I went off topic again though. It was Mercury goes retrograde in Leo in your 11th house. So revisiting an old idea when it comes to your group of friends. Conversations about old things with your group of friends. And I keep getting privacy. I keep getting, I'm definitely getting traveling for some of you, but I'm also getting like secrets. I feel like some of you are talking about people because of Mars being in Gemini. Like feeling hurt or being hurt. And Mars is the ruler of Aries, and Chiron's here, so there's some type of wound that's connected with getting information, and somehow it connects back to another person. And I'm getting traveling. It's either traveling or information. I keep saying it. Oh my God. Literally. Stop. Okay. August 15th, the next day, Mars in Gemini in the 9th house is squaring Saturn in Pisces in the 6th house. What did I just say? Mars and Saturn are squaring each other. Okay, so the 9th house and the 6th house, they're not vibing. So Mars is the child in astrology. Mars wants to do what it wants to do. But Saturn's the father in astrology, and it wants to stop the child from acting recklessly. Saturn, the father, basically just wants there to be a plan in place instead of just doing what it is you want to do. Saturn wants you to think, okay? It's not really asking too much, you know, but it's a big problem for Aries energy. You know, Aries just wants to act based off of its intuition and what it wants to do. You know, it's fire. Fire wants to go quick. So I think there will be some type of block when it comes to, I don't know why I want to say this, and I'll look into it after, expanding your mind. Like there is some type of trouble with expanding your mind upon information you receive. Or you're holding yourself back when it comes to information you have. Okay, now why did I want to say that? I don't know. So, I believe it connects to Mercury being the original ruler of the 6th house. And it's in retrograde. But you guys have Saturn and Neptune here. So I feel like there will be something intuitively you're in touch with in regards to like holding yourself back with information you have. I do feel this way. Mercury's going in retrograde in your 11th house. You guys may want to say things. You guys may want to talk shit to your group of friends. And you hold yourselves back. Or you may want to talk shit about somebody that is friends with your friends, because I'm thinking of Mars and Gemini, and you hold yourself back. Where's Capricorn? The 4th house. And where is Aries? 7th house. You guys could be holding yourselves back by choice because you guys are trying to heal something when it comes to your own emotions and not reacting, not being too overly emotional. While Ceres is in retrograde, you guys may have difficulty with having your emotions disciplined, like having boundaries when it comes to what it is you express that maybe you shouldn't be so vocal in. And you may catch this at some point. I feel like when there's Sagittarius going on in the 3rd house, this speaks of somebody who just wants to speak their mind. It gives me Mercury and Sagittarius vibes. It's like you're being guided by spirit to act based off of passion, right? But they consider Mercury in Sagittarius to be debilitated. I get it, but I also don't agree, because I always see this as clairaudient messages. I always see this as truly being guided by spirit on something. So I think this would be following what it is you guys just want to say and not caring what others think. But I feel like at this time, you guys are being asked to care about what others think, because we have Pisces energy here. Like, be more open-minded when it comes to, I want to say, the bigger picture, with not everything is as it may seem. Is that where I want to leave that? Yeah, that's where I want to leave it. So, what else? Did I just say all that with connection to Mercury being in retrograde in Leo? I think when Mercury enters Leo as well in your 11th house, this is going to bring up things from the past when it comes to romance and how you guys express yourself in a like a Platonian type of way. So how do you guys go about your 5th house energy? Because you guys have your 5th house in Aquarius, which talks about being freedom oriented, talks about being quirky, different, a little weird with your self-expression. This is the energy of like when you're at home with your friends and you feel comfortable, like you may use different voices to give, you know, your story more of a vibe, you know, like when you're expressing a story that happened, it's like you're using different characters in your voices, and yeah, I don't know, you're just going full out with your expression. And that may be really weird to some people. Like it may, people just may think you're fucking weird, right? But there's something powerful within this because Pluto's here right now. It's like this would actually be your power, is being who you guys are without apologizing. And maybe you guys are not in touch with your Aquarius energy in your 5th house, but there's something about being quirky. Now, whether it's, you know, you guys having fun on the internet, liking, you know, new technology and expressing yourself on the internet, expressing yourself in a different kind of way, that could be this as well. But I'm getting that there's something like with how you express yourself in romance that may be very different, but also I want to say, you know, when I think of Pluto energy, I think of a leader, I think of a boss, I think of magnetism. But the downfall, like the negative aspect to it, is like trying to control others. Trying to get others to agree with you and having a problem if they don't. So I think it really depends on where you guys are at in your soul's evolution, like to see how this will manifest for you, because yeah, it's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. So I do think there's conversations that are going to be talking about maybe needing to express yourself in a very authentic way, because you got Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, in your 8th house, your internal world. So there's definitely some type of shakeup when it comes to how you feel about yourself and your own power. Do you guys feel powerful when you are being honest with your childlike expression, or do you feel insecure about it because it may be a little quirky or different or weird, eccentric, whatever it is? But yeah, I think there's going to be some type of like conversation about this, like how you express yourselves publicly. Like there's a redo here. There's a redo, a revisit regarding a past situation, and I feel like it has to do with you guys stepping into your power and how you decide to do that. Okay. August 18th, Sun in Leo in your 11th house is conjunct Mercury in Leo in your 11th house. So to me, this has got the energy of being extremely confident and happy. Now, it would definitely involve things about the past, like maybe past accomplishments, things you guys have achieved, you know, in your life. Because I think of Jupiter in Leo energy, like 6 of Wands in Tarot. I think of somebody wanting to express the things they feel good about regarding themselves. But these may be things like that include like past situations. So It could be, you know, so when I think of Mercury, I think of our minds, I think of our thoughts and how we communicate. And when the sun is conjunct Mercury, it's getting along with Mercury, it's vibing. I think of a light shining in your mind. So I think of self-awareness, and I think of being able to see something very clearly, and it's talking about something to do with the past. You guys have Virgo in your 12th house, and you guys have Gemini in your 9th house. So there's something you guys are learning and potentially expressing that is normally private, but you may be going public about with your group of friends. And again, I think this is also how you guys come into your power, is transforming your relationship with your group of friends. Okay, what else? August 18th, Mercury and Leo in your 11th house in retrograde is squaring Uranus and Taurus in your 8th house. So there's a block, there is miscommunication, there's a misunderstanding. Something doesn't come out clearly as you intended it to, or this could be another person in your life. Usually what creates the square is some type of friction or tension because time is required. So it's like you finally get the chance to like express something you want, and then because like the door is finally open, it doesn't like energetically come out the way you thought it would. So instead of like going straight, it ends up going like this because all that energy, all that buildup was like locked in a room, and now the door is open. So I hope that analogy like helped you guys. But this is how I think of Mercury squaring Uranus. It's like you guys are not clearly understanding something. Something may feel clear because that's also what a Mercury retrograde does. It's like you're drunk, but you feel like you're sober. So I do believe that there's something you guys may try to express, or somebody in your group of people or on the internet maybe communicated to you, or you may see this with the sun, and it's like there is a misunderstanding internally. There's a disruption that it causes. And it's because it's almost as if like intuition cannot hit your mind. That's the best way I want to put it. So, you know, I think of right, yeah. Sorry. August 18th, Venus in Virgo in your 12th house is squaring Jupiter in Gemini in your 9th house. So yeah, definitely for some of you, you're traveling, you're spending money on traveling, you're traveling potentially with friends, or you're traveling to work, or you're spending money on work. But I'm also getting this again, like I'm getting some type of relationship that you guys are trying. Okay, so Venus and Jupiter are going to be squaring each other August 18th for you guys in your 12th house and your 9th house. For some of you, this is going to be talking about, I am getting traveling placements here. So I feel like boundaries are going to be crossed around this time when it comes to traveling. Like maybe spending too much money for traveling. It could have to do with work. It could have to do with you guys maybe going on some type of retreat, some type of spiritual retreat or a healing retreat. But it's like when Jupiter is squaring any planet, it's pretty much like rules are not respected. Rules are not, there's no rules or there's no boundaries. And if there are, then it's like they're not being followed because whatever Jupiter touches, it expands upon. So it's almost as if like you guys either spend too much money and money goes missing. You know what I mean? Like you spent more than you intended to. And I feel like for some of you, this is gonna like talk about spending money when it comes to like information. So for some of you, like going back to school, maybe it'll be signing up for a class for work in order to increase your pay. Yeah, I just feel like, I also think it's an overload of information secretly. And the reason I'm saying secretly is because of that 12th house energy. And Venus is here in Virgo. You guys may be like overdoing it with getting like too much information to make sure of something. Because I think of these as two very smart energies. But the problem with having Mercury energy is it's like you overdo it. Because you're thinking of every little thing. That's why these two energies like bother people at times, because these two signs see everything, and they want to talk about it, and they go about it differently in regards to talking about it. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to add to that. I do think it is talking about relationships, because Venus rules Libra, and it's in your first house, Libra energy, like meaning you guys, yourself. And then Taurus energy is in your 8th house, which speaks about intimacy. And Aquarius is in your 5th house, which can speak of romance. I think for some of you, I'm sure this has got to be somebody's story out there, like learning about something when it comes to creativity, and turning it into a business. I definitely think that's something that could be somebody's story for a sun, moon, rising Libra. It's like you're trying to bring your genius energy outward, because I think of Uranus as genius energy as well. But again, if it's not like, like, how are you guys using this information? That's what I'm saying. Like, and that's also the downfall with Jupiter and Gemini. It's an overload of information that you become internally exhausted. So do you actually end up ever doing anything with all this information? So make sure it's like whatever you invest your time into, that it would be worthy, like it would give back to you, okay? So August 19th, Jupiter and Gemini in your 9th house will be squaring Saturn in Pisces in your 6th house. So yeah, I think some of you definitely are trying to either get information secretly at work about, so for some of you it's going to be gossip about other people at work, like who's hooking up. For some of you it's going to be gossip in regards to like you guys, if you're hooking up with people at work. Where's Mercury? For some of you this is going to be like, the tension would be gossip about your group of friends, because I'm seeing Mercury as the ruler, being in your 11th house. So it's like, there's just, for some of you, like I said, it's an overload of information on the internet, overdoing it. And do you do anything with this? If it's something you can't do, then is it worth like investing your time into? Because it's going to be exhausting. And I see it happening here, affecting you guys physically, because Jupiter is then squaring Saturn in your 6th house. When Saturn's in the 6th house, there's some type of like needing to get your shit together when it comes to your health, because you're feeling low on energy. Something feels like it's happening internally that really can't be like pinned down, because it's in Pisces. It's hard to determine exactly what it is. It could be your eating habits. It could be are you exercising enough? So anyway, I think when Jupiter is squaring Saturn, you guys may be, I feel like possibly for some of you, definitely like going overboard with information. Again, Jupiter and Gemini, 9th house, when it comes to how to maybe be healthier mentally, or how to like go within spiritually. But it also, like, this transit screams like not respecting boundaries. So it's either not respecting your own boundaries because you're going too hard with this type of energy, you may try to like heal yourself, like, and want like fast results, and it's not possible. You may get information in regards to your health, or for some of you that feel like you're psychic or intuitive, you may get some type of information from spirit because of Jupiter being in the 9th house. I do think of that as being in touch with like following your intuition and being guided by it, whether it's like you're consciously aware of it or not. It's like you're following luck, or you're following situations that can bring you luck. So I think there's something here you guys also want to manifest, and it's like it's not going to happen during this time frame. And it could be for some of you talking about work, because Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces, right? And it's in your 9th house in Gemini, which is talking about your thoughts, communication. You would be very dogmatic about the things you're learning at this time, but you may not be able to, you may not have a position in your life currently where like you can express the knowledge or information you have. So yeah, so if you guys try to express this in a place like work, where it's not like tolerable or something like that, you know, you may get shut down, I feel like. Or it could be like a belief system or like a strong idea about how something should be, and you try to explain this at work, and it gets shut down. I do see this as potentially being traveling, like seeing traveling for something, whether it's work or traveling somewhere. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Just traveling in general, and something gets, like, there's just some type of a rule that gets put in place that you're not going to want to follow. Okay. August 19th, that same day, Venus and Virgo in your 12th house is in opposition to Saturn in Pisces in your 6th house. So everything that you've been thinking about, that you've been trying to fix in your head, that you guys feel is wrong, that you want to make right, whatever you feel like could be better, with this type of energy, and for those of you, it's definitely going to be talking about like work. It's like you got to compromise on the dream with something here, because we have Venus in opposition to Saturn, and it's not a terrible transit. It's just like you have to give up something in order to get what it is you want. But whatever it is you want, it's like you're not going to get it exactly as you wanted, but you're going to get that energy. You're going to get the like the bigger picture of it. And you may be focusing on the fine details of something that really doesn't matter. And you may not be in touch with that just yet, or you may, but you may not be willing to let it go. I think that's a big problem with Pisces energy too, is understanding what to let go and what you haven't let go, what you believe you've let go, but you haven't. So when Saturn is in opposition to Venus, there is something worth investing into that will take time, but it would be worth it. Like there's something here for you guys when it comes to your 12th house and your 6th house. So I think it would be very healing, because I feel like you're freeing yourself from limited beliefs, and you're compromising and being more real. Where's Capricorn? The 4th house. And I feel like it would connect to definitely healing like your inner world when it comes to like your idea about romance, and also like transforming the things you guys value. And for some of you, this is going to be talking about money. Like, how do you guys make your money? And like the idea of this would be changing at this time. Yeah, whatever this is, I feel like it's just connected to home because Saturn is the ruler of your 4th house, so Capricorn. And you guys are trying to heal something at home. It could be family matters. It could be your internal world and just trying to heal yourself from past memories, definitely Pisces, regarding family situations that affect you, especially since Ceres, which talks about healing, is in your 4th house and it's in retrograde. So there's some difficulty with healing things at home. It could be healing your situation at work at home, or it could be, like for those of you that work from home, or making money from home. Your situation with your mom, that will definitely be a big thing for, I think, a lot of us Sun, Moon, Rising Libras. And it would have to do with past lives. And the reason I'm saying this is, to me, it's very clear because the 6th house is the house of healing. And the ruler of your 4th house is literally in the 6th house of healing. There's something you're supposed to look at and not fix, but you're supposed to be Pisces. Think of Pisces. I think I already said it in this video. Pisces is the healer. So is Virgo, okay? But Virgo goes about their healing energy differently, okay? It's very nitpicky. Whereas Pisces is very, and I'm generally speaking, it's a little bit softer in its approach and it's kinder. So it's almost as if like accepting everything as it is and having hope, Pisces energy, and also true forgiveness. All right, August 19th, there's a full moon in your 5th house in Aquarius. So with full moons, I do not believe that things are fully illuminated. I do believe like your own personal experiences with the full moon and the new moon depends on what's going on in your natal chart. But me personally, I see things partially illuminated, and it's not for every full moon, that's for sure. So I think to me this makes sense because when you're looking up at the full moon, it's not really the light of the moon you're seeing, right? It's the reflection of the sun. So I think there's something to be said about that. However, I do think something would be happening when it comes to 5th house matters. So for some of you, it's going to be talking about intimacy. It's going to be talking about how you lead when it comes to romance, how you guys express your creativity, your different creativity, and coming into power with that, like accepting yourself for who you are and being able to express this because you guys have the ruler of Leo, the sun, in a public house. I should say a visible house. That's, you know, the 10th house is known as being public, but the 11th house is very visible too. So when it comes to expression, there's something you guys are happy about when it comes to, well, actually I shouldn't say that. This is going to manifest differently for all of you. When it comes to friends, there may be, I'm going to say, like, there's something here that you guys may be valuing more so during this time when it comes to your friends, your group of people. You may really feel seen and appreciated during this time, and you may realize that maybe you've always been seen, maybe you've always been appreciated. I feel like it connects to whatever it is you value. And for some of you, it's definitely going to be talking about money, what's illuminated for you in regards to this, and being connected to other people, possibly having to work with other people. The reason I'm saying that is because Pluto is in your 5th house, right? So I do believe it would connect to this full moon in some type of way. I don't care if they're talking or not. I'm calling it like I believe it to be. Pluto rules Scorpio in the 2nd house, which talks about your wallet, the things you own, the things you value. So you guys would be valuing deep, transformative relationships, connections with your friends. You guys may be feeling that way right now because Mercury rules Virgo and Gemini, and it's currently in your 11th house of friends. So you may be having these conversations that you really enjoy during this time. And you also, I feel like, will want to go out and you'll want to just have fun. Your emotions will be connected to your friends. You'll want to be social. And yeah, I'm just seeing with Uranus being in the 8th house, I think this is something that would manifest more so internally. You guys may realize that you've always been creative, or just that you're being seen for being creative. All right, August 22nd, the sun enters Virgo in your 12th house. So the sun is leaving your 11th house and it's entering your 12th. So again, there's still some type of fixation on the things that need to get better, the things that could be fixed. There will definitely be some type of nitpicky energy. However, it may be about yourself because of that Venus opposition and with Saturn energy. It depends how that ends up manifesting for you guys, but you guys may be seeing something bigger when it comes to the fact that maybe you got to give up on whatever it is you're too analytical about, or too like looking for the problems, and why you're looking for the problems. Because I see this as like being your own psychologist and like having some insight. It's like your higher self is trying to point something out to you about this Virgo energy. And for those of you where something really does need to get better and something needs to fix, like, it's not that that wouldn't be true. It's just that it can't be perfect and things may not manifest as you may have wanted it to. And that's like a part of life, right? And that everything has a reason for the way things end up unfolding. So I do think your mind will be highlighting things about you, as well as relationships and going back to the past. Because again, Mercury rules Virgo. So it's like the sun would be thinking about, I almost want to say, either about, I think I already said this in this video, or maybe it was somebody else's, like there's something about expression that you guys may not want to show. So whatever this full moon illuminates for you guys about yourselves, because 5th house is the self, but you guys have it in Aquarius, so you guys would be like seen as being like quirky or different, weird, that type of thing. There's something about just like not having to be seen. I feel like once the sun enters the 12th house, at least this is how you're going to be feeling. I think for some of you, it's really just going to be manifesting about like going within and trying to like see if there's any things that may have been off about the past when it comes to how you express your confidence, or how other people that you're connected to express their confidence. The reason I'm saying this is because Mercury's in Leo, and it's usually a confident energy, but I feel like with a retrograde, there's like a redo, there's a rethinking of how either you've achieved in your life, or how other people have achieved in their life, or how people go about self-expression and why they go about it that way. I'm just getting psychology here, like, does it connect back to being a child? I think your thoughts would be highlighting things that you feel like should have been fixed during childhood as well. Okay. What else do we have here? August 22nd, Venus and Virgo in your 12th house is, Oceana, get out, go. is squaring Mars and Gemini in your 9th house. So when Venus and Mars are squaring, this is telling me an argument is happening with the opposite sex. If there's no actual argument, then I feel like it would manifest in an internal way. So it's happening with your 12th house and your 9th house. There's some type of either, I really do see this as a fight with a lot of words and bringing something out publicly, like expressing something that's been hidden, and like just speaking your truth, speaking your mind. Because again, Sun is the ruler of Leo. It's in your 11th house, group of friends, and Mercury is here. Whatever your thoughts are on, whatever you're speaking about, I feel like there's some type of friction here when it comes to either your group of friends or people close to you that you know. But it would take on the energy of men, the masculine. So I do think you guys may be arguing, I feel like, and like not spilling the tea or like letting the secrets out, but it's like things would be coming out that normally you've been keeping hidden, something like this. Anything else I want to add to that? No. All right, August 23rd, Mercury in Leo is sextiling Mars in Gemini. So Mercury's in retrograde, it's in your 11th house. It's sextiling Mars in Gemini in your 9th house. So a sextile is an energy that requires action. You have to do something in order for it to manifest. So if you don't do anything, then it's just an energy that sits there. So I see this as some type of disruption happens either in your thoughts or with another person. And then there's like a conversation that can be had where you're expressing yourself, Mercury, Leo, and it would consist about the past, 12th house, but also retrograde. And it would be talking about things that like you've noticed that you've never spoken about. And it's happening in mutable energies with Virgo and Gemini. So I think it's just expressing yourself, whatever you say or do during this argument. Because again, Mars and Gemini is cutthroat energy with your words. It can get physical, but it's really more so words. And the reason it doesn't get physical is because it holds itself back because it doesn't want to go to jail. And I'm being dead ass serious with that. Gemini energy is lawyer energy. It's smart energy. So yeah, it does have the potential to get like with, you know, I want to say more so with its hands because Gemini energy, but really it holds itself back. So I don't see this as, I would be shocked if anybody said they got into a physical altercation. I really would be. But I just see this as more of like being mutable and open to conversations about an argument that happens. Yeah. Okay, August 24th, Vesta enters Virgo. So Vesta is that flame, that inner flame that just doesn't die. It's a very passionate energy. So you guys will have this secretly, internally. So it's either like you want to heal your mind or you're feeling passionate about making something happen at the workplace, or you're feeling passionate about fixing your love life. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to add to that. I also think feeling passionate about self-expression, having a lot to say. August 26th, Ceres goes direct in Capricorn in your 4th house. So whatever happens in the month of August, it's like it was all intentional to help you guys shift something at home when it comes to being able to heal. So if you've been hurting when it comes to work, you guys may have some type of idea because of the sun being in Virgo. You guys may realize with Mercury being in your 11th house, you got to network with people who are seen or well-known, popular, something like that. For some of you, this may manifest like healing yourself on a spiritual level, whether it's through meditation, realizing that you just can't change people, and everybody has a different journey. Capricorn wants discipline. So it's like with Sun, Moon, Rising Libras, no matter how like sweet we were raised to, I don't want to say have high expectations, but it's kind of sort of like that to a certain degree. And I think we have difficulty seeing that about ourselves. But there is a standard that like we grew up with when it comes to how you should express your emotions. And it's usually connected with not expressing yourself at all. Which is why I do believe there's something about self-expression going on during this time frame for you guys, and something being healed because of that. Okay. August 27th, Venus in Virgo trines Uranus in Taurus in your 8th house. So Venus being in the 12th house in Virgo, and this trining, which is a blessing, it's either something being given to you or something that comes so naturally, so easy, you don't even notice it. It's trining Uranus in your 8th house in Taurus. So I think of this as electricity, like a shock, but not like a bad one. Something, it's almost as if like picture a shift in your energy and this not taking much work, because I feel like something led up to this moment for you to kind of like free your mind, because I think of Uranus as freedom, and it's happening internally, like in your internal world. For some of you, this is going to be talking about money. Like something may happen and it would be good news. So maybe a paycheck comes out of nowhere, or a paycheck is coming. Because when I think of Venus in the 12th house, it's like something is not yet done. Like something, you're not seeing the results of something just yet. And that could be either good or bad. But with a trine and with Uranus, I see this as more like either the beginning of some type of romance, because Uranus rules Aquarius, your 5th house. Or I see this as you guys investing money, like you guys had invested money into something regarding work, and now something positive is like beginning to happen with other people because of it. So I feel like people may be investing into you guys. You guys may be investing into other businesses, or you know, maybe it's the stock market. It's some type of investment that includes the collective, like other people. So and it's either love or money, or just being freedom oriented. You may be freeing your mind and like your soul at this time due to limited past beliefs. Okay, that's also another way I feel like that could manifest for some of you. August 28th, Venus in Virgo in your 12th house is in opposition to Neptune in Pisces in your 6th house. Now remember, Neptune's in retrograde. When Neptune is in retrograde, this is a good energy because it slows everything down. You're more in touch with your intuition and what's really going on. Because sometimes we get tripped up on people and what they're not saying or what they're not doing. But internally, it's like a whole different dialogue. It's I feel like we understand that to some degree, but we forget this on the daily, because I feel like super spiritual people or super peaceful people remember that shit every day, and this is why nothing gets to them, because truly nothing is personal, and it really is the truth. But we're humans, so it's hard not to allow human-like things to get to us, which is our ego. The way we feel we should be treated, or people should be expressing themselves, yada, yada, yada. So, with Venus in opposition to Neptune, I don't see this as a daydream energy. I don't see this as delusion, illusion. I see this as, again, compromising with the dream. You got to give up something in order to get the dream. Whatever the dream is, I feel like it's talking about work or your health or how you heal. And I'm getting this whole like forgiveness energy and unconditional love. Venus and Neptune, when they're linking up together, this is talking about literally unconditional love. Like, think of that energy. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm weird because of my 8th house stuff, which talks about death, but like I just picture to a certain degree, like when we die, not carrying resentment or anger over. But honestly, like low-key, it turns out that's not 100% true. From what I've learned, being able to see the other side, it's just not accurate. Each soul is different, and the same thing carries on to the other side. Like, we're not all the same with how we deal with that once we die. But I used to believe that we all just forgive everybody, and because we're able to see things now, like what was going on behind the scenes, or what somebody really felt, what somebody really meant, and all the miscommunication, all the misunderstanding, and all the heartbreaks, all of that. So it's being able to see the bigger picture behind like what's really going on internally, and you don't need the evidence, you don't need the proof. So you guys may want tangible things at this time, but I don't see you getting it. I really don't. Not with this opposition with these two houses. The 12th and the 6th house, this is talking about like releasing something in order to get something that is better for your health, your well-being. And it's connecting to a dream for you guys. So I feel like whatever your dream is, I feel like it connects to you guys being like healed in some type of way. Okay. And for some of you where that doesn't resonate, I'm going to say then this is healing your money situation at the workplace. It's like you have to realize that the dream isn't going to come as quickly as you wanted it to, but the potential is there. Okay. And it could be based on a conversation you had. It could be based on, maybe like that Venus trine Uranus was like a paycheck, just to let you know, like, yes, we can give you that money increase a year from now. You know, here is our word. You know, I don't know, whatever other companies do. I have no idea. But I'm just saying, like, there's something here where you can see something unfolding, but you got to give in a little bit. Ironically enough, this is like screaming to me, you got to get real about the dream. And the reason I think it's funny is because it's like Pisces energy is helping you nonetheless. Pisces energy is helping you get real. So what else? August 28th, Mercury goes direct in Leo. So whatever you guys are trying to make happen, manifest, I think you have a better chance at making this a reality, or things may be more clearly understood once Mercury goes direct. I think if you try to make something happen during a retrograde, you're asking for trouble. I don't see things that begin during a retrograde lasting. It's just the way it goes. At some point, it's going to end. And I mean, everything has an expiration date, right? But retrogrades have a faster expiration date. So there's something to be said about that. But I do believe sometimes that there's just certain fated things that are unavoidable. And it's like, shit, you can try to follow astrology the ways that it's beneficial. And sometimes you can, right? But then sometimes Uranus, the unexpected happens. And it's like, it throws you off. So yeah. Oh, speaking of that, that's so funny. My Aquarius friend literally texts me right as I said that. I love that so much. I fucking love her. Okay, August 29th, Venus enters Libra. So Venus is leaving the 12th house, and it's entering your first house. So you guys will be, you know, I want to say very attractive during this time, more so. More so? No. But seriously, Venus is at home in Libra, and it's in your first house. You guys may want to invest money into yourselves, like for beauty products. You may be going back to an old idea because you have the South Node in your first house. I do think because Mercury's in Leo, this gives me the energy of trying to, like, really take pride in yourself. And I think with the South Node being in the first house, there's been difficulty. So at least I know I've been having difficulty because, I mean, I've had the South Node in my first house, I think for almost 3 years now, because I have mainly Scorpio in my first house, and the South Node's been in Scorpio, right? And now it's in Libra. So I'm like, shit, man, can I catch a break? So I don't know about you guys, but the South Node being in my first house, like in the body, like for the summertime, I've gotten skin poisoning at least twice. And it's not too new to me, skin poisoning, because I'm so light. Like I'm used to this, literally. Like I know what this is. I've been through it, but it's been years. So I got it not just once, but twice. And then like the reaction, like I didn't even realize that you can have different kinds of skin poisoning. So my skin, it's like medicine isn't working, like from the dermatologist, because it's like there's random, I want to say bumps, like they're not breakouts, but they're small little bumps that you can't see because it's like the color of my skin, but I feel it and I feel disgusted, like it's gross. And I've been trying to fix it for months now, and it's like nothing's working for me. I'm like, oh my God, like, and obviously I have to just keep trying, right? I just have to keep trying different things. But it's frustrating and annoying, and I really do believe in my heart of hearts that is the South Node in the first house, the body. So, and especially because it's in Libra energy, it would bother, I don't know if it would bother like you guys, but because I have Pluto in my first house, I'm more obsessed with my body. I'm more like, oh my God. I guess I'm more vain, you know, that's what I hear. So, you know, whatever, fuck them. I just care about things like that. Like I shouldn't have bumps on my skin. So I almost wonder if you guys are dealing with weird things like this. Like I'm almost positive they say like, don't get surgery during this time. Don't like do external things to your body. Like it's just like it could backfire. I could be thinking of a different transit, but yeah, I'm almost positive it's a South Node. So you guys may be trying to invest in your physical body. Maybe it's, it could be your physical body to help you internally, I feel like. What else? It could be to try to fix something that happened in the past with your body. What else? I also see this because Libra at the end of the day does connect back to the 7th house, legal contracts, legal partnerships, committed relationships. You guys may be like, number one, definitely feeling yourselves during this time, like really trying to love yourself if you guys have difficulty with that, but also like you would be interested in relationships at this time. That's what I think, despite the fact it's in your first house. Because there's some type of calling during this time because the North Node is in the 7th house, which talks about the relationships, partnerships. But you're supposed to just do it differently this time. And it's funny that I just said that regarding the body because Chiron is in Aries. So yeah, there would be pain around relationships, but I think at the end of the day for the collective, Chiron being in Aries is talking about the body. So I wonder if more people are getting like noticing physical changes more so this during this time frame. I guess that would be too hard to pinpoint, right? But yeah, but I know that this definitely lowers my confidence when it comes to my skin. Like I'm bothered by it because I care about it. I don't care that other people aren't touching me. Like nobody else is gonna be feeling it but me. But I feel not as radiant, not as confident because what the hell. So yeah, what else? Venus in Libra is trining Pluto on that same day in Aquarius. So we have Venus in your first house and then we have Pluto in your 5th house. So this is talking about either being creative, feeling creative. I think also this is talking about transforming your looks, to be honest with you guys. Like how do you guys express yourselves in a different way? You guys may want to do something different. You may want to do a haircut, highlight your hair, color your hair, different wardrobe, different style. You may be, if you don't actually do this, then you may be just thinking about it during this time. But there's a trine going on here. So again, something is coming easily to you and it's a blessing. It's a positive energy. I don't see this as being, like, because the 5th house can also be romance. I don't see this as being obsessed or like power trips with somebody you guys are potentially dating. I see this, wait, Venus trine Pluto. I wonder, So I think for some of you, this may be talking about intimacy, because Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. It's in your 5th house. 8th house talks about intimacy. And then you have Venus in your 1st house, the body. It's definitely talking about wanting to change something about your looks, 1000%. But for some of you, it's also going to be talking about, definitely for some of you, talking about like making money based on you guys, literally who you are as a person. So Libra energy, I feel like, can also be looked at as not Mercury energy, but very good with selling things. I think of this also as like marketing and advertising, because Libra energy loves to make things aesthetically pleasing. It likes to make things pretty. It has an eye for beautiful things, okay? So I think like your power during this time would be like making that come out on stage in some type of way where people can see it, and it would either increase your wallet, because Pluto rules Scorpio, your 2nd house, or it would just be something you really like. You would be happy, you would enjoy yourself. And I think you guys may have some difficulty with this while the sun is transiting in your 12th house. Usually when the sun is in the 12th house, you either want to be a loner, or there's just a lot of introspection. You know, anytime I hear somebody has the sun in the 12th house, I always feel so bad, because I'm like, damn it, you're supposed to shine, you know, like, stop it. There's always something about like holding themselves back, and I hate that. But yeah, anyway, getting back to romance, I think this could be something positive, like something shifting, transforming, changing in a nice way when it comes to expressing this, okay, and coming into your power, because you're able to do this. Okay, so that's what I got for you guys. I hope it helps. I hope it resonates. All right, bye guys.